morning, everybody. Frank and Coco say hi as well. And as you know, it's Monday, so it's my favorite day of the week. I love Monday. It's a fresh new week of opportunity and exciting possibilities. I love my weekend too. I love every day of the week. I think you can find something kind of a unique feel. If you ever had I saw on a show one time, they were saying, this kind of feels like a Thursday. And I think Thursday doesn't have a feel. Tuesday has a feel, but not Thursday. So I don't know how you feel about that. But I do love Monday because I love what I do. And I can't wait to get up and get at it and make a difference. So I've known people whose favorite day, probably a lot of people's favorite day, is Friday because the work week is over. There's nothing wrong with enjoying time with your family, having a little downtime, but it's usually pretty extreme. I've known a lot of people who literally, I feel like we're always like the Loverboy song, everybody's working for the weekend. I feel like they are all working for the weekend, and that's no way to live. You know, you got to live enjoying every day. A lot of people love hump day because it's halfway to the weekend, and that's not a bad thing either. You know, it's fine to celebrate having some accomplishments for the week. But I mean, guys, if you're doing something where you're just counting down the time when you got to quit doing it, that's not good. That's not what you want to be doing. I actually knew some people in the past who all they talked about was how long until they could retire and get Social Security. I thought, man, what a terrible way to live. Now, I understand, you know, you may be in a job, a profession, a situation that's not your ideal right now, and you can't just, you know, you got bills to pay, you got to feed yourself, you got to maybe feed some kids, family, so you got to do that. But here's the deal. If you can really look at yourself and say you dread Monday and you're just looking for hump day and looking for the weekend, I urge you to have a little nerve, right? Get some gumption about you and say, yeah, maybe I do have to do this certain job right now to feed the family, but I'm going to start doing something about it. I'm going to work a little harder. And to me, there's two things you can do. The first thing you can do is say, am I the problem? Is the problem not the job, the situation, the career? Is the problem my attitude? And if so, what great news, right? Because that's the one thing I can change in life. So if I show up at my job with a smile on my face and that person that's been bugging me at the cubicle next to me, I go out of my way to give them an earnest compliment and to maybe do a kindness for them, is that going to change my day and their day as far as if we have a nicer situation and we enjoy our job? Then great. How easy is that? If not, if you genuinely don't enjoy what you do, because again, remember, I had to make that very hard choice. I put a lot of years and effort into getting my law degree so that I could practice law. And, you know, a few years into that, I could tell this is not what I want to be doing forever. And I will warn you, I was laughing with another lawyer yesterday. People ask me all the time about what I think about law as a field. And I said, you know what? It's great. It taught me how to think, articulate, how to write better, all of these things. Fabulous education. But as far as a career, I honestly can't think of one lawyer I know who loves it and wants to continue doing it if they had a choice to do something different. They're always jealous of me. And that's way back when I was selling retail, you know, had my own little quilt shop going. It didn't matter what it was. They were jealous that I had gotten out. So to me, that's a little scary. And I asked this friend yesterday, and he said the same thing. He said, oh, yeah, absolutely. See, Frank a little better. He said, absolutely. I don't know any of them that love it, no. And he's looking at some other options himself as well. So even if it's something you put a lot of time in, I always say, you know, life is short. Live it like it could end tomorrow. But life is also long, you know. You could have, if you're 50, you could have another 40 or 50 years. I mean, with the way that health is advancing these days and science and medicine. So live it as if, are you really just going to keep counting down and biding your time for another 50 years? I mean, that's insane, right? So if you got to keep food on the table, maybe that means you have a side hustle. Maybe it means you, a la Gary Vee and a la my mother, you go out to garage sales on the weekend and you sell things on a garage sale page or on Craigslist. You know, Gary Vee talks about doing this a lot, but this is definitely not new to me. My mom, I'll never forget, I was probably in high school range, possibly college. Long time ago, in other words. And she went to a garage sale, and there were some coveralls, you know, men's work denim coveralls at this garage sale, new with tags from JCPenney. She said these people were too lazy to take these things back. These coveralls are $40 a pair. So, of course, a couple of dollars she spent on those, and she went right back to JCPenney and got $80 cash. That's how it's done. Okay, so if you need to make a side hustle of something like that, or if you need to get training, education, or skill because you want to be a nurse, whatever it is that you want to do more social media work, and let's face it, that is all research. It may be self-taught, but don't think you're going to get by without doing the work to learn. Yeah, large unsweet tea, please. Thank you. For serious. So go do your job, do your 40 hours, and then work another 20, 30 hours. That's what you got to do. You got to be willing to hustle or stay in the same place you were and don't gripe about it. That's pretty much our two options. So, what is your favorite day of the week? I want to hear it. And if it's honestly Friday, that's okay. I want to hear it. Let me know, and let me know what you're going to do about it. So that, maybe some people's work week starts on a Friday and they love what they do. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about the situation. I love Monday because it's a fresh, clean week full of opportunity and potential for me to do what I need to do. And Frankie loves this Monday because he was supposed to get neutered this morning, but Mom forgot to put up his food at midnight, so he lives another day without having to deal with that situation. So tomorrow morning we will probably be airing the frightening journey to the vet. Poor Franklin's. He got a day's reprieve at least. So here, talking about travel, which is one of my very favorite other things. I can't wait to tell y'all what we are doing for Christmas this year because it's so cool. We are going to do, I've spoken of home exchanges to you guys before, right? Where you trade houses, you trade lives, trade cars. Well, I'll tell you the good news and bad news. The good news is I think it's the richest cultural experience you can have. To live in someone's home, go to their grocery store. There you go, thank you. Go to their grocery store, go to their gas stations. Figure out, do they have gas stations in Europe? Where do they get gas? All that's a little tricky over there. So home exchange is a fabulous option. It costs no money. You just agree to stay at each other's house for a certain amount of time, which is fabulous. And hello, thank you. You too. So you got your home exchange situation. Now, homeexchange.com, which I'm a member of, it costs like $99 a year to be on. It's not a big deal. Home Exchange has developed a new program because they've realized there are a lot of people like me who love their program, their situation, but I can't always find someone who wants to come to Fredericksburg, Texas, who lives in Stockholm and wants to come the exact time I want to, right? I mean, that's pretty challenging. Now, if you've got a New York City apartment or something, you can probably find everybody everywhere all the time. But if you're in a smaller town, even when it's a really cool smaller town, there are people that want to come, but finding people that really match what you want is not that easy. So they're brilliant. They came up with this thing called a balloon. And now, since I've been in the program a while and have done exchanges, so they get the ball rolling, they have started, like, I have a balloon to give, okay? And a balloon is basically like a voucher for an exchange. Oof, those people are driving crazy. It's a voucher for an exchange, and you don't spend certain amounts of bigger balloons on nicer stays or anything else. There's one balloon. So here's what I did. I said, I have a balloon to spend. So I look online, homeexchange.com, and I find places that are willing to host people in their home. Sometimes it's a second home. It just depends, in exchange for a balloon. And that's what these folks wanted because they want to go, let's just say, to China for 2 weeks. I don't know. But they have a beautiful 5-bedroom apartment in downtown Stockholm. And this guy's closet, which they show, is like the size of our bedroom. It's a beautiful apartment. So they're saying December 21st through 28th or 30th through January 6th, we will give it for our apartment in Stockholm because they're going to be gone anywhere with family, right? They're not going to be in their home. We will give our home up for 1 week for a balloon. So we are agreeing to give them our balloon. Now they can take that balloon and go looking at all the people willing to accept balloons, and someone may give their place in Colorado for a month for a balloon to make it more attractive. So they don't get into the quantities of things. It's just a balloon for a balloon. Makes sense? So I'm super excited about that opportunity. So yes, that is where we're going. Stockholm. We are going to Stockholm, Sweden, for December 21st through 28th. Now let me give you some of my secrets of why I chose those dates. There's 2 reasons. Well, there's really one main reason. The number one reason is I want to be gone during Christmas. I just feel like it's a really special thing. And as our kids have gotten older, it's harder to make Christmas Day special. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so much fun when they're little, and the bigger they get, it's harder and harder to make it special. So And the other part, the selfish part that I know is, well, it's just being realistic actually, is I don't care how many times, tell me if you've been there, how many times you tell the kids, we're giving you a trip and that's the gift. That's Christmas, right? We're going to Disney, whatever it is. How many of you done this? That's going to be that's our gift to you, right? Whatever age they are. And Christmas Eve and Christmas Day comes, and that big old Christmas tree still sitting in the middle of the living room, and they're still giving you side eye like, where are the presents? There still aren't any presents. So I'll learn them, darn them. I'm going to take that off the equation. We're going to be gone during Christmas. So our frolicking down the streets of Stockholm will be the present. At least I thought it would be nice to reciprocate and tell them another part of our present is no presents from any of them. I want to get out of the whole presents at Christmas thing. It's a beautiful tradition and it used to mean a lot, but the truth is we've all got so much, right? I buy what I need to the extent I need something, and for the most part I buy what I want. So putting a burden on someone else to go find something that I would want that I haven't found yet, and I'm pretty resourceful at finding things, is ridiculous. And I think it takes some of the joy out. It puts a pressure on a layer we don't need. So that's another gift we're giving them, is no Christmas presents by any of them. I don't want them out taking extra jobs. They're all young people trying to buy me or even each other. It's like, let's all agree the trip is the gift. So, saving tip number 1, homeexchange.com. It does not now have to be simultaneous anymore, and you can exchange for a balloon, which is incredible. Love this deal. So, this apartment would probably be, based on my research in the other towns, probably $1,500 a night, I would guess, and we're getting 7 nights in exchange for a balloon. So then, when we're gone, we can either offer our home as a balloon, or if you have a second home, which we do, we have like a couple B&B cottages, we can offer those up. And people maybe just in Texas come and give us a balloon to stay. Now, when we want to go to France for a week, we've got a balloon to spin. So I think it's incredible. So the balloon's a big deal. Number 2, I thought, this always gets me in trouble, because I'm going to have like this really cheap trip. It's going to be a great deal. And I'm going, we flew all the way over there. We dealt with the jet lag. It's a lot. So we need to stay a little longer. So what we're looking to do is have New Year's in Helsinki, Finland. We have been, the girls and I have been to both, but only on a cruise, like as far as a one-day port thing. So this will be special. And the girls and I did Norway at Christmas a few years ago, one of the coolest things we've ever done. So we're doing a little Scandinavian, Stockholm over to Helsinki. There is an overnight ferry that they say is fantastic. They say it's actually fun. They've got cabins, smorgasbord, dining and dancing, and just kind of a neat 16-hour experience. So we're going to do that on the 28th. Get to Helsinki on the 29th, come home on the 2nd. So now I'm looking at like a B&B, Airbnb, VRBO type rental situations in Helsinki, so we can ring in the new year there. So if you travel much, you might see one of the possible problems with what I'm wanting to do, which is airfare into and out of different cities, multi-city, right? There are a lot of sites out there that just won't do it. I mean, they don't help you with multi-city. But some will, and you still got to do some work, right? Because typically multi-city is more expensive. So I was looking around at the multi-city option and didn't like the prices I was finding. I mean, I'm literally finding flying to Stockholm out of Helsinki at the holidays. I'm seeing prices on some of my best sites starting at $2,500. That's not good when you got like 6 people going. That's a lot of money. So I decided I need to get a little creative. One of my favorite sites that I've told y'all about before, right, that Savannah found and told me about, Skiplagged, SKIPLAGGED.com. Skiplagged is awesome because it searches all airlines like a lot of places do, but even better, it has what it's called Hidden City. So when we were sending Bridger back home recently, for example, it would have cost more to buy a flight from San Antonio to Salt Lake, stopping wherever, than to buy the one we bought, which is from San Antonio to Seattle, with a stopover in Salt Lake City. So Salt Lake City, if you were just looking, it wouldn't have shown you that. In the searches, if you just went to Delta or United, they wouldn't have shown you that as an option, because for them, that's only an option to Seattle. So Skiplagged finds those, and they're always like, don't do this very often, because the airlines get really mad about it. I'm not really sure why, but they do. And they always warn you, don't check your bag. If you check a bag, you can't do this. They make you sign like 6 times, I will not check my bag, I will not check my bag, because your bag's going to Seattle. Anyway, Skiplag can find a lot of things, but Skiplag does not do multi-city. But what they do, so when you're going, hey, I'm like, at $2,500 for round trip, I'm going to look at one ways because you can't get any worse than that. That's lousy. So I go look at the one-way options, and I start seeing incredible prices, really. $493 one way from Austin, which is typically cheaper for us, Austin into Stockholm. I'm like, okay. And then I look, and I was like, well, that's a pretty long flight time, but they're going through London. So what would the rate be? You know, I wouldn't mind a little one-night stay over, go a day early and see the beautiful city of London again. I didn't see it at Christmas. So let's go in one day early, one way Austin to London. And then once you get to Europe, when you look London to Stockholm, you're looking at, $100, $150. You add that together, it is a third of the price of what it is to buy it round trip, and you can do some neat things along the way. So I'm letting you know you got to get creative. So always consider the one-way options. They are often not like, you used to hear one way. Oh no, that's expensive. These days I find it's pretty similar, and sometimes if you're clever, it's cheaper, especially if you're seeing $2,500 round trip. So look at that. The other website I would tell you as a secret weapon that I was playing on last night is Ticketmaster. Is that it? No, that's for travel. What is it called? Travel Master. I'll look it back up and I'll pull it and I'll post it here below. It is incredible. Tripmasters. I think it's Tripmasters. That's it. Tripmasters.com. Fantastic. It's cheapest deals ever. You put in as many cities as you want, like from here to here and here to here and here to here. Now, the cool thing I discovered last night, because I wasn't sure, it automatically pops in, say, a 3-star hotel for however many nights you say, and then you can go get a better hotel, a worse hotel. But last night I learned you can also say no hotel. So I set it up from Austin to Stockholm, and then Helsinki home. So it tried to put me an air flight in between, but here's the crazy thing. Back when it was even showing hotels in both and transportation between both, it's quoting me $1,800. Flights alone, round trip to 2 cities, is $2,500. That's insane. So Tripmasters.com is a great resource. Then I looked and I saw where I could bring it down a little more. By in Stockholm, you could choose hotel on your own. So it took off the hotel because remember, we've got the home exchange going on there. So I took that off and brought it down again. Now the other thing I've got to do, and I found a way in one window, I've got to go back and take off the flight because I really don't want to fly within Europe because number one, your carry-on better be about this big and you don't get any other suitcases. Okay, so you gotta, and we can do that. But it's hard in winter. You got some bulky clothes. We're going to a cold place. So just remember that if you will go in and take some things out and move things around with Tripmasters, you can save so much money. Because right now they're quoting me around $1,800 for the flight to Stockholm, flight from Stockholm to Helsinki rather than the ferry. Hotel in Helsinki for 4 nights at, what was it, a Crown Plaza? I mean, it was I think it was a Crown Plaza. And flights back home for $1,800. Round trip airfare alone on the main sites is $2,500. So be smart. I will keep you guys posted on this. I want to save you some money wherever I can and help out. And don't beep at me. Don't beep. No. And so Frankie and he has been a good boy and has really been listening very attentively to everything. I think he's getting worried we're going to leave him, right? You guys have a wonderful Monday and tell me what you think about your week. I hope you have a great week full of blessings. This is an exciting week because our expansion mode is in high gear. Great high-level conversations we are having. Cannot wait to tell y'all more. Can't say much about it yet, but within the next few days I'll be able to. So let's talk soon. Love y'all. Bye.